What's up, Steelers Nation? Buckle in, because today we've got breaking, massive, game-changing news that's rocking the black and gold community. Just announced, the Pittsburgh Steelers have officially signed General Manager Omar Khan to a brand new 3-year contract extension, locking him in through the 2028 season. And if you've been paying attention over the past few months, this move shouldn't surprise you. Khan has been nothing short of sensational, orchestrating one of the boldest and most aggressive offseasons in recent NFL history. This isn't just another front office decision, this is a clear statement. The Steelers are all in. Now, before we dive into what this extension really means, let's talk about how we even got here. Rewind back to the start of the 2025 offseason. The Steelers had just come off another 10-7 season. Competitive, solid, but once again, without a single playoff win. That marked back-to-back postseason exits without making it past wildcard weekend. The frustration was building, fans were hungry, ownership was watching, and the pressure? Absolutely boiling. Enter Omar Khan, or as some fans have dubbed him lately, the Khan Artist. Since taking over the GM reins in 2022 after Kevin Colbert's retirement, Khan has wasted no time building his own legacy. While his first couple of seasons showed flashes of brilliance, it was this 2025 offseason where he truly made his mark. Khan didn't just tinker with the roster, he transformed it. He flipped the script on what many thought was a rebuilding phase and said, "No, we're competing now." His approach was aggressive, precise, and, honestly, fearless. He kicked things off with a quarterback room overhaul that got national headlines. First, he brought in Justin Fields via trade, a young, mobile quarterback with tons of upside. Then he restructured Russell Wilson's contract and added him to the fold as well. Most front offices might stop there, but not Khan. In what might go down as one of the most shocking moves of the year, he signed future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year deal worth $13.6 million. That's right. Rodgers, now 41, joins the Steelers for what could be his last Super Bowl push. With that move alone, Khan sent a message. This team is not waiting for success. It's demanding it right now. But he wasn't done. Not even close. One of the biggest trade bombs came just weeks later when the Steelers pulled off a blockbuster deal with the Seattle Seahawks to acquire wide receiver DK Metcalf. This wasn't just a short-term rental. The Steelers doubled down and signed Metcalf to a 5-year, $150 million extension, locking in one of the league's most dangerous vertical threats. Metcalf brings unmatched speed, physicality, and star power to an offense that suddenly has depth, talent, and explosiveness. And just when fans thought the front office might take a breath, Khan dropped another hammer. This time, it was on defense. The Steelers sent safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, a cornerstone player since 2019, to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for all-pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey and veteran tight end Jonnu Smith. This trade sent shockwaves across the league. Trading a player like Minkah isn't easy, but Khan made a bold calculation. Ramsey brings elite shutdown ability and leadership to a secondary that already features seasoned veterans like Darius Slay. Another free agent signing Khan landed earlier in the offseason. Let's pause and really reflect on that. In just a few months, Khan brought in Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Patrick Queen, Darius Slay, and Jonnu Smith, while managing the cap, draft assets, and even securing 12 total picks in the 2026 NFL Draft through compensatory and strategic trades. That kind of GM work isn't just competent, it's visionary. And that, Steelers Nation, is why today's announcement matters so much. Extending Omar Khan isn't just a reward, it's an investment. Ownership, led by Art Rooney II, has clearly seen what Khan's building and wants to give him the runway to keep doing it. Rooney's statement echoed confidence, noting that Khan and his team have been doing a great job building a competitive roster and culture. And that's really the key here. Culture. For years, the Steelers were seen as a proud but conservative franchise when it came to free agency and trades. Omar Khan has changed that narrative. He's aggressive, creative, and understands the modern NFL chessboard. But with bold moves come bold expectations. The 2025 Steelers roster is arguably the most talented this franchise has fielded since their 2008 championship run. There's talent on every level. Future Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, and promising rookies. Aaron Rodgers has weapons, protection, and a top 5 defense. The time for excuses is over. This isn't a development year. It's a championship or bust window. And here's where Khan's extension becomes even more strategic. This 3-year deal gives him the time and authority to fully execute his vision beyond just this season. Let's say Rodgers retires after 2025. Khan still has the ability to pivot, develop Fields or Wilson, or even use that stockpile of 2026 picks to move up in the draft for a franchise quarterback. He's thinking several moves ahead. That's what separates great GMs from average ones. Of course, not every fan agrees with every move. Trading Minkah Fitzpatrick was controversial. Signing Rodgers at 41 raised eyebrows. Can these new personalities gel under Mike Tomlin's leadership? Can the coaching staff get the best out of a team this loaded, this fast? These are legitimate questions, but make no mistake. Khan isn't afraid of criticism. He's playing for championships, not safe approval ratings, and that's exactly what this franchise needs right now. Fan reactions have been flooding social media ever since the news of Khan's extension broke. Some are thrilled, calling him a genius, a madman, and the best GM in football right now. Others are cautiously optimistic, hoping that all these splashy moves translate into January wins. But one thing is certain. Omar Khan has made Steelers football exciting again. He's brought back the energy, the unpredictability, and the ambition that this fan base thrives on. Looking ahead, there are still a few major tasks on Khan's plate. One of the biggest? T.J. Watt. The heart and soul of this defense is nearing the end of his current deal, and extending Watt will likely be a top priority before the 2026 season. Khan's already proven he's willing to invest in elite talent, and Watt is absolutely worth every penny. Then there's the quarterback room. While Rodgers is the starter for now, the long-term answer is still unclear. Khan will likely use this season to evaluate Fields and Wilson while keeping an eye on the 2026 QB class. It wouldn't surprise anyone if the Steelers are active again in the trade market or move up in next year's draft. There's also the matter of chemistry. As talented as this roster is, the pieces still have to click. Rodgers needs to connect with Metcalf, Smith, and George Pickens. The offensive line has to hold up. The defense has to gel with new faces in the secondary and linebacker core. And Tomlin has to keep this locker room locked in from week one. Fortunately, if there's one head coach who thrives under pressure, it's Mike Tomlin. And now, with Khan's support and stability, they can build something truly special together. The reality is, Khan's extension is more than just a contract. It's a commitment to a new era of Steelers football. An era where mediocrity is no longer acceptable. An era where the Steelers don't sit on the sidelines in free agency or passively watch division rivals outpace them. This is a new Steelers mentality, bold, aggressive, and ambitious. And Khan is the architect. As we gear up for training camp and the preseason, all eyes will be on how these pieces come together. The AFC is as stacked as it's ever been, with the Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, and Ravens all fielding top-tier squads. But make no mistake, the Steelers are right there in the mix. And thanks to Omar Khan's vision, they're no longer chasing, they're competing. So Steelers fans, the question is no longer, is this team rebuilding? The question is, can they win it all? And based on everything we've seen this offseason, the answer might just be yes. Before you click off, I want to hear from you. What do you think of the Omar Khan extension? Which offseason move do you think will have the biggest impact? Are you all in on Aaron Rodgers for this one-year Super Bowl window? Or do you still think the Steelers need to find their long-term quarterback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button if you're fired up about this new era, and don't forget to subscribe for all things Steelers, analysis, updates, and breakdowns all season long. This is your channel, Steelers Nation, and we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, here we go.